says you can put people in a timeout? You're in a timeout, mister. So stupid. No. 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 Where's all the radio stations, man? They actually play music. Yo, let's go! Hey, what up, man? What was that? Was that music? Nope, just a crappy radio commercial. More talking. Dude! Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Sorry, I was just trying to find something actually worth watching. Or listening to, excuse me. I can't get rid of that glare! Yo, ooh! Ooh, what is that? Thanks, Heather. Get rid of that. This goes to your point. God, I'd rather have that on. I just saw a sign that Space Force is hiring. Bro, I saw a funny... I remember I was in Germany. I was stationed in Germany at the time. And we had to go somewhere to do something. I can't remember. Whatever. We were on a mission doing something. So I was on a base that I hadn't been before. And we were looking for this one NCO. And they were like, oh, he's probably in the barracks room. So we went through their barracks. And you know how like most soldiers will leave like a dry erase board on their door saying like, hey, I'm not in my room. You can reach me at this number or whatever. Just like a little going away. Like, hey, I'm not in right now. This one dude had a thing that said, if you can't find me, it's because I've joined the Space Force. Fuck off. I thought it was the funniest thing. Thought I'd share that with you. Oh, that was the funniest thing. I don't know. Mind you, this was back in like 2017 when like the Space Force was just like, you know, a rumor. Like, you hear they're starting a Space Force? Like, to do what? To patrol space? Now it's just like, yeah, it's a Space Force, man. Like, we have the Space Force. But back then it was like, what are they gonna? Where's basic training gonna be at? NASA? Like. Anyway, how y'all doing, man? It's Thursday. It's noonish. I got a little bit of my day left, and then I get to call it an early day because I got to go pick up my kids from school. I'm Mr. Mom this week. I get up with the kids, make sure that they get up and ready for school. And I do my little workout in the garage, have a nice home gym. And then I go to work until a little bit early afternoon. And then I get to see you later. Someone's got to be home when the kids get home. Mr. Mom, thank you. Why does this look like butt? Can I change settings? Can I like... No, this is how I look. I was like, why does this look so butt? Can I put a filter on? It's like, no, you just look like ass. When am I going to Jump Master School? Probably not, man. I'm due to PCS soon, so I don't have enough time. And even if I did have enough time to go before I left, like, honestly, what would be the point? Like, my unit's not going to send me because... It's one of the, and I completely understand. I'm not one of those people who are like, oh, well, I'm on assignment. You're not going to send me to a school. I 100% get it in this aspect. This is a school that I would 100% not use unless I was here. You know what I mean? So, I get it. What is that? Respect and love. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I don't know what is that? What did you just do? God damn! Did you just do what I think you did? But you know how like most units, like once a soldier is on assignment, this guy looks even better on YouTube. Thanks, man. But you know how like when a soldier is on assignment, like the unit will just stop sending that person to schools and stuff. I get it and I don't get it. You know what I mean? Like I get it if it's a school that is specifically for that unit, like Jump Master School. If I'm not in an airborne unit, I'm not doing Jump Master duties. I get it. Don't send me. But I've seen other people like, oh, well, that soldier's on assignment. We're not going to send him to, you know, air assault or physical security or whatever. And it's like, bro, that's going to help that dude, man. Turn subscriptions on. I don't know how to do that. I am new to this. What do I do? Can I do that? Bear with me. Start a poll? I can start a poll. I could start a poll. You want me to start a poll? All right. Thanks, man. There, I clicked that. I don't know what I can and cannot do with YouTube Live. All right? I don't. You enjoy being a toon dad? What is a toon dad? Like a dad that tunes out when his kids start talking? like a dad who just tunes out when his kids start talking? Dad. What? What do you want? I'm watching Netflix. I'm watching Band of Brothers for the 18th time this week. I'm not going to lie, Band of Brothers is one of those things where if there's nothing else on, I'll put that on. I love it. It's fantastic. It makes you, like, I want to do that! I want to do that! That's me. There's just something about it, man! There's just something there. I'll do that. That way you don't have that glare from the car behind me. I'll just sit like this for the entire live. There you go. Someone asked me how airborne school was. It was good. It was fun. I had fun. Then again, also, it was easy for me because, like, all the black hats knew me, so they didn't really give me a hard time. I figured they were going to recognize me from social media, and it was going to go one of two ways. One, they were going to give me, like, the hardest time in the world because they recognized me, or two, it was going to go the other way. I'm going to stream you on my giant TV. Don't do that! E7? Yes. PFC? It's been a minute since we talked on TikTok. How's it going? Good? Rick? It's weird the camera. Here we go. If you're at home, put me on your giant TV. Alright? Because nothing... And just leave me on in the background. Like, go do the dishes or something. Just leave me on in the background. It's like we're hanging out. Hold on, can I turn it this way? Will that be better? Oh, that's so much better. Here, I'll do that. Hi. There, I'll just hold it like this, so it's like we're just sitting in the car. Like, we're in the car together. We're on our lunch break at work, and we don't want to go back in. So we're just going to aimlessly scroll on our phones in our car before we have to go back in. And you know you've reached a certain part of your life where before you go into work, you sit in your car, and then before you actually have to go in, you have to, like, take a mental minute and you go, oh, I forgot to turn off my notifications. Damn it! Now you're going to know every time I get a text message. There. I think when you reach that part of your life where you have to take a mental minute, that maybe you need to seek other employment. Because if you spend every week going, oh, it's Monday, man, I just got to make it to Friday, but then you do the same thing the following Monday, maybe it's time to seek other employment. You do that before going into your home? Maybe you need to seek other families. If you have to take a mental minute before you go home into your family, maybe you need to seek other families. Be like, you know what, guys, this was a fun party, but I'm ready to see other parties. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, man. Everyone's got to, like, mentally, like, decompress, you know, especially if you have a really crazy job. When I was stationed at Fort Riley, I was bad about that. Like, I had a 30-minute drive home, but that 30-minute drive was not enough to decompress. So when I came home and walked through the front door, like, my wife would try and say something to me, my kids would try and talk to me, and my kids were, like, really young at that time, too. Like, I think my son was barely 1, so my daughter might have been 3 at the time, you know, so they're all about dad. You know, dad, and I was like, oh, can I at least get off? Can I at least take my boots off? Come on, man. Like, I'm not that bad about it now. Like, Now, because my kids are older, when I come home, it's a complete opposite. I walk through the door and I'm like, hey, Dad's home. And everyone just goes, hey. Gifts are way too easy on YouTube. Kip's gonna look at your guys' bank statement and go, hey, yo. Hey, yo, where'd all my money go? He's gonna look at his bank statement and be like, why do we owe like $500 to YouTube Shorts or whatever YouTube LLC? But yeah, now I walk home and everyone just goes, hey. I'm like, hey, Dad's home, hey. Like, cool, bruh. Think it's time to see other families. No, I'm just kidding. I really do not like this glare. Like if I go right here, you get this is my good side right here. My left side is really good. Right side is like a completely different person. Oh, the left is good. Only if I go like this. When I make TikToks or videos, I know I'm yelling. I like to use this side. If I have to use the other side, I don't turn all the way. Like if you ever notice, if I make a video from this side, you'll just get like this. You won't get the full profile. It's not a good side. Making TikToks is so funny. If you want to portray two different people, film one on this side and then one on the other. That's it. You don't have to use props. You don't have to use filters. You just go, you know, hey, I noticed the other day, blah, 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 blah. Yes. That's so dumb. Or you could put a towel on your head and portray a female. Just put a little towel on your head, preferably a brown one, and be like, oh, look, now he's a female. You've been jumping lately? I jumped once earlier this month, and that was it. The last two jumps have been night jumps. There was one last night, I think. Super early in the morning. Did you know? Did you see the U.S. Army OPSEC video about military TikTokers? Yeah, they put out a new thing every day, and I don't care. I'm not, like, too worried about it. Like, I'm not violating anything. You can talk about stuff that's already happened. You know what I mean? Like, if I tell you a story about deployment, that, you know, from 10 years ago, like, that's already been and done and happened. If I tell you about a deployment that's going to happen in the next 10 minutes, that's different. Hasn't happened yet. So, like, yeah, if people, like, get on here and they talk about their experiences and stuff, I think, honestly, it's just beneficial to the Army because you're just giving out experiences to people who are thinking about joining the military. But if you get on social media as a military member and you're just like, man, I can't stand it here! Don't join! You know, like, that's different. Like, that's it. I hate it here! That's different. Oh, you're going to Leonardwood in the wintertime? Good luck, man. It's going to be cold. And your drill sergeant's not going to let you wear any cold weather gear. My favorite was when we went on this ruck march. It was like 2 inches of snow, and it was like, I think 15 degrees out. Like, it was cold. And we told the privates, like, we were going on a ruck march. It was like a 7-mile ruck march. Not a big deal. Well, not to me. And I was like, privates, you can wear the beanie cap and gloves, but that's it for cold weather gear. Do not wear silks underneath. Do not wear, and I'm going to be checking. Like, obviously, I'm just going to do this. I'm not going to, like, check below the waist. But I was like, I promise you, do not wear cold weather gear. Because once we get to rucking, your body heat is going to kick in, and then you're going to overheat. And, of course, half of them don't listen. But I'll tell you what, man, I didn't wear any cold weather gear. As soon as we got to the field, the site where we were doing our field exercise, boy, if I didn't take some cold weather gear, run into the porta shitter and put some on. Dude, trying to put on silks, top and bottom, and waffle top and bottom, in the porta shitter, without making noise, so you can't hear what I'm doing in there. Like, you don't want to like be banging around. Like, drill sergeant, are you okay in there? Quiet. I'm busy. I'm busy in here. Got a fuzzy on the line last week. What are some good tricks I can pull? I mean, there's the old classic, get some exhaust samples in a trash bag. Have them calibrate the truck turret. They got me with that when I was a young private. They got me with that. I had never... My first duty station, old PV2 black, and they were like, hey, we go to the motor pool. They're like, hey, need you to calibrate that turret. And I was like, all right, how do I calibrate the turret? And they're like, it's quite simple. You get in the turret, and you spin 360 degrees in one direction. Then you spin 360 degrees in the opposite direction. And then 180 degrees back to the front, 180 degrees back to the front. I think I did the full spin, the first one, and halfway through the second spin, I went, they're messing with me. They're messing with me. Mind you, I came in at 25. So, like, I caught on real quick that I was getting effed with. You know what I mean? Like, I worked at Starbucks before I joined the Army, and I always used to mess with the new trainees when they came in, like the new hires. So, like, you have the espresso machine, and for those of you who, like, are clueless, when you make espresso, steam comes out of the machine. Well, I always used to tell the new hires, hey, could you go back to the back and get a box of steam? We're out of steam. And they'd be back in there for like ever, and they'd come back like, hey man, I can't find the box of steam. I'm like, are you sure it's back there, man? Like, hurry, get it quick. We're running out. Or you could do the opposite and not mess with them. I know you're thinking like, no, why would I do that? I don't know, something about, setting a good example and being a mentor and someone for that new private to look up to. I'll say this, man, if you're going to mess with a brand new private, a brand new soldier to your unit, like, do it in good fun. You know what I mean? Like, mess with them, the old, you pull out the old tricks, and like once they get like, you got me, like, yeah, we're just messing with you, man, whatever. I've seen some people mess with new soldiers, but like get way too into it. Like, talked about this dude before he even got there, like, oh, we're gonna mess with them, and we're just gonna make him wish he never joined. And I'm like, hey, yo, dude ain't even got here, man. Are you allowed to vape on YouTube? I don't know, but I'm not going to try it. I tried it on TikTok, and boy, did I get some restrictions. I shouldn't be promoting that anyway. Should be setting a good example. Look, I've been a smoker my whole life, man. Alright? Quit on and off. And I used to make fun of people who vaped when vapes first came out. Like, the big vapes. Like, the ones that were, like, this big. And you'd see a dude at the motor pool, with something like this big, and make like it sound like he was making espresso. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm just having a vape. I'm just having a vape, bro. Normally we tell the dudes to smack all the Abrams. Oh yeah. To have him take a little ball peen hammer and go test all the Humvees for weak spots. Tink, 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 tink. That'll keep him occupied for a while. There's that glare again. What is that? It's just like a I know whose vehicle that is too. I may or may not have a Sergeant Major in my chain of command NCO support channel who doesn't drive a typical Sergeant Major vehicle. Like, you think Sergeant Major, like, okay, what is Sergeant Major driving? You know what I mean? Probably some sort of SUV. I'm a big man. I drive a big truck. No. He may or may not drive something that you would see like a PV2 driving. Something with like a racing stripe on the side, maybe a muffler that's super loud, and it's something like that. What sups? What sups are you taking? I just take pre-workout, and that's it. And then if I can get my hands on some protein, maybe. I'm always worried, like I'm always super worried that I'm going to gain weight if I get too much into protein. But then what I end up doing is late at night when I get hungry, instead of having like a scoop of protein, because that's probably what my body is craving, is protein. I'm like, well, here, I'll just have like a bagel with peanut butter, because that's a good snack to have at 9 o'clock at night before you hit the sack. That's a good snack to have. Or I'll just have a handful of animal crackers. That's good for you. Oh, is that better? I go right here. Here, I'll do the whole MySpace. Hey, MySpace! 'Cause tonight will be the night. That is super bugging me, dude. I wonder if I turn my car slightly this way. Alright, now let's try it. Bro, instantly better. Still there, but a little bit better. Message retracted. Why did you retract your message? You're like, I probably shouldn't have put that. No one. All right, hold on. I'm very upset that no one told Kiss the Dude guy that I was gonna be on live on YouTube. I think I'm just gonna go live on YouTube from now on. I think TikTok's over with, man. YouTube is the way to go. I think I'm done with the old tiki-taki. I think I'm done. Any word on promotion? The new OML comes out in January. Fingers crossed I get a low number. So for those of you who don't know, like the OML, the Order of Merit list, obviously you want a low number, somewhere in like the low 50s. If you're like 1 through 50, you're pretty much like guaranteed to pick up the next rank just as soon as your number pops up. Anything over 50, good luck. It's probably not going to happen. That's some awesome hair. Thank you. I used product today. I used some nice product. Nice surprise. Pleasant surprise. Good morrow to you, sir. CSM probably drives a Challenger or something. I'm not going to say it's a Dodge Charger or a Challenger or a Mustang or something that an 18-year-old private fresh out of AIT is going to go buy at 28% APR, but it's close. That product didn't help in airborne school. I didn't use it. Why? Because we had to wear a stupid ACH everywhere we went. Why not? Why can't we hand carry the ACH on our way to training? No. Put it on your stupid head and run. Just a bunch of Ninja Turtle. Because, it doesn't even have a cover on it. Just a straight up ACH. So a bunch of Ninja Turtle looking dudes sprinting a mile with a canteen in their hand. It's just the dumbest. That would have been just the dumbest. Just a bunch of Ninja Turtles, just so stupid. And the thing is, too, is like, at least for me, you don't want to have the chin strap too tight, because then I can't open my mouth to breathe, because I'm a mouth breather. But then you don't want to have it too loose, where the ACH is just sliding around your dome. Thank you for your content. You're welcome. Actually, I thank you guys, because like I make it. And if you guys ain't watching, then there's no point in me making it. Whoop! Reconnecting. When Your Dad is a Drill Sergeant is my favorite. I have to go soon. I have to go back to work. This was fun. We should do this more often on YouTube. Not so much on the other one. Like I said, the other app is done. The other app is done. 100%. I'm just kidding. I'm still going to use the other app. I don't know what happened, man. They just quit showing my stuff. But I do. I like going live here on YouTube. I think it's more beneficial. I mean, do I get as many people in here? No. I only got 44. But whatever. I feel like it's more intimate. It's more intimate. Hello. How are you? That's a solid military haircut right there. Look at that. Look at that. Nice coif. Right? Oh, one hair is out of place. Hold on. Look at that. But a nice swoop or a coif. Boom. Yeah, I don't normally go live during lunch because... Oh yeah, I also got that YouTube award. That was fun. That was cool. I didn't think I was actually going to get it. Like, I didn't... I know it's a thing that YouTube sends out. I didn't think I'd get it because that's just me. Like, oh yeah, we give those out, but we forgot to send you your... Like, that kind of thing. Like, I don't normally get awards or any sort of, like, cool-looking things. Like, you know how when someone PCSs from a unit, they always, like, give them, like, a going-away gift? You know, like, hey, thank you for your, you know, contribution to the unit for the past 2 years. Here's a nice plaque. Or I knew a guy that was stationed in Hawaii, so when he left, they gave him, like, an oar, like an actual oar. OAR, like a, you know, like a rowing oar. Or some people get like sabers or whatever, right? I literally can count on one hand how many like awards I've been given in my military career. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just because I PCS so much. Every 2 to 3 years I PCS again. So people... I knew the first couple units is because like my platoon leadership changed out right before IPCS, so like the new platoon leadership didn't think to get me anything or whatever. It didn't matter. I did get something really cool when I left Germany the first time. It wasn't even my PCS award. My platoon sergeant was retiring, so as his gift to me and the other squad leaders, he got us a bunch of German like beer steins. They're like this big. And it's a really cool beer stein. Said, you know, Staff Sergeant Black on there, and then my call sign, which was Strike 1-1, which is a really badass call sign. Strike 1-1. And then like the company logo and like a bunch of German shit on there. It was really cool. Other than that, though, I have not received any. And it's kind of booty cheek, man. When you go into someone's office and they got like all these cool plaques and PCS stuff on their wall, and mine's in my kitchen cabinet. Mine is in my kitchen cabinet. So I thought about it. Since I don't have any cool things to put on the wall when I get to my next duty station and I have my own office again, I'm going to put up a bunch of like posters on the wall. So instead of walking in and seeing like, you know, an oar or a saber, you're going to see like a Game of Thrones poster. You're going to see a cat hanging from a tree, and the caption's going to say, hang in there, Friday's around the corner. Like, how can we take this man professional? How can we take him so serious? Like, look at him. You can't tell me that a cat hanging from a tree branch with the caption, you know, hang in there, isn't motivating. Because it is. Hold on. There we go. Hey, yo, what's going on, y'all? Oh, there's this lady on TikTok. I wish I knew her name. She makes these videos. They're Facebook conversation videos. And she has me dying, bro. She plays 2 characters, right? And one character is always like, good morning, Facebook. Just want to let you know I am updating my relationship status from single to in a relationship. And then the other character is like, cool. You do that like every other week. Well, this one is serious. We's talking about getting married. Haven't you guys only known each other for a week? There is no time on love. Hey, Drew Sarn, how's it going? Did you eat lunch yet? I did. I had a couple of glizzies from the shopette. And one of my former soldiers saw me in the shopette, and he goes, "Sergeant, what are you doing?" I was like, "I'm getting some glizzies." And he just gave me this look, and I was like, "Bro, it's a fucking hot dog, man. They're delicious. I don't care what the kids call them nowadays. I don't care what they look like. They're delicious." But she loves me, and he's different. Hey, Drill Sergeant, was wondering where in the U.S. you're from. I'm from Florida. I don't know if you could tell. But this dude I work with, I told him the other day, because we were talking about it, and he goes, "Oh, where are you from originally?" And I said, "Florida." And he goes, "Oh, that figures." And I said, No, it doesn't. Because I literally could have said anywhere in the continental U.S., and you would have said that figures. I could have said I'm from California, and you would have been like, "Yep, that figures." I could have said I was from Utah, and you would have been, "Yep, sounds about right." You know what I'm talking about. Anytime someone says where they're from originally, you're like, "Yep, that's about right." Oh, West Virginia, knew it all along. Flo Rida. I never realized that Flo Rida, the rap artist, that his name was an abbreviation of Florida until I seen him live. And hold on, before you even no, I did not pay to go see Flo Rida in concert. This is how far that man's career has fallen. I was stationed in, you do have that Florida kiss. Oh, that sounds gross. I don't know what you meant by that. This dude, I was stationed in Camp Humphreys, Korea, which I know is really big right now. Camp Humphreys, Korea is huge. But this was in 2009. It was just a hole in the wall duty station. It was very small, the size of I don't know, your local community pool. You know what I mean? Very small, like an airfield plus 5 buildings. Anyway, they had the NCO club on post. So I had a bar, a stage, so they would hold bingo there once a week and do some other stuff. Flo Rida was playing, and me and a bunch of other privates who had just got there, for the first 30 days we are not allowed off the installation. We are, boom, you're restricted to post. So here it is, Friday night, a bunch of dudes fresh out of AIT ready to hit the mean streets, and we hear Flo Rida is playing at the NCO club. Which, if you think about it now, how far has your career fallen that you are playing the NCO club at Camp Humphreys, Korea? We walked in expecting it to be a packed house. It was about 20 to 25 people. We're like, "Hey, where everybody at?" 9:30 at night. This dude, legally, because he does so many songs with other artists, legally he could only play his part of those songs. Did you watch Jack Harlow recently play the halftime show during, I don't know, I think it was a Dallas Cowboy game or something, where he'd come out, but he'd only sing his part of the song that he collabed with other people? Alright, imagine that, but 10% of that. That is how much Flo would be like, "Hey, everybody, you ready?" And he'd say 3 lines, and that was it. That was the end of the song. We're like, "Yo, this is it? No wonder you're playing the NCO club at Camp Humphreys, Korea." I'm going to basic in June. Where at? A great fan from, is that Ireland? What flag is that? I don't have my glasses. Hey, Big Drill Sergeant. Army got me on assignment. Hey, Big Drill. Yeah, man, I'm going to give you the same advice I give everybody. Learn the top 3 modules: a hand salute, position of attention, and the 4 rest positions at the halt. I don't say, I was told, hey, always know the top 3 and the Drill Sergeant Creed. Drill Sergeant Creed, you don't have to really have memorized, because trust me, you're going to say it plenty while you're there. They have you say it like every 20 seconds, However, the top 3, 100% do you need to know the top 3 modules, because when you get there, I think you in process on a Thursday. By Tuesday, you are pitching one of those 3 modules verbatim. So know them before you get there. But I would also recommend that you brush up on some skill level 1 tasks like land nav, weapons, drill and ceremony, first aid. I mean, they're going to teach you that stuff there, but I don't know what your MOS is, man. But I remember when I went through, like, there were some 42 alphas that were struggling during basic rifle marksmanship. There was a couple of, like, veterinarian assistants who came down on drill sergeant orders, and they're like, what am I doing here? I usually, like, deal with the kibbles and bits, and now I'm here, like, pitching how to do the rest positions at the halt. Like, it's kind of surreal, because you forget how many MOSs are actually out there in the Army until you go to one of these schools that is all MOS, like, inclusive. It's not, you know what I mean? All MOSs are allowed to it, and you're like, hey, what's your MOS, man? And they tell you, like, oh, I'm gonna, Apache helicopter. Like, oh, you're a pilot? And you're like, no, I just work on Apache helicopters. Oh, you're a mechanic? No, I go on the Apache helicopters and I make sure that all the fuel gauges work properly. Like, oh, so you're a fueler? No, I just make sure that the gauges work properly. There's an MOS for that? Yeah, there's an MOS for everything. I'm a air conditioning repairman.
If you watch that original, Matthew McConaughey played Russ Cole, I think was the character on that great first True Detective.
Hey, if Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson are in the same room, are they worried that somewhere in the world there's a sack not being hacked? Are they worried that somewhere in the world there's a sack not being hacked? Oh, it's so good. Oh, you're welcome, man. You'll do good, man. Drill Sergeant Academy, like I said, man, it's going to be easy for some, difficult for others. It's like any other NCOES school, man. You're really only, if you're trying to get any sort of honors like Commandant's List, Distinguished Honor Grad, you're really only competing with about 10% of the population there. That is my experience. Every NCOES school you go to, only about 10% of the people that are there are actually trying to get some sort of honors. The rest of them are just like, whatever, man, I'm just here to graduate. They'll do the bare minimum, and then that's it. And then some, I don't know, like, I take that back. Like, that was how it was for me at BLC, ALC, Drill Sergeant Academy, a few other schools that offer honors. When I went to Senior Leaders course, bro, talk about competitive, man. Like, it was a bunch of Staff Sergeant promotables with a handful of Sergeant First classes. And it was super competitive. I'll have to look at my certificate and my, 1059 or 1094, like the form they give you when you graduate. It has, like, it's like a mini NCOER, if you want to, like, boil down to it. I think my grade point average was like a 98.7. You're like, oh yeah, that should be good for top 20% commandants. No, it was not. That's how competitive it was. My GPA was somewhere in the 98 percentile, and no, still wasn't good enough. Former drill instructor here from PI. Love your content, brother. Good luck with all your future endeavors. Rooting. Oh, thanks, man. You're from PI. Oh, Paris Island. Like PI? Magnum PI? Yes, I'm Army, dude. And I'm from Florida, so you have to give me a minute. PI? Like Magnum PI? What an idiot. Ugh. What if I just did this? Hold on. What if I just did that? Look at that. That's Wayne Static from Static X right there. Into the circle! There you go. That's how versatile that hair care product is. Look at that. You could go, look, business, you know, like from 5:30 in the morning till roughly 1800, we're all business. Come 1801, it's time to party. You know what I mean? So dumb. Oh, this message is held for review. Hold it. Oh yeah, Wayne Static. I haven't heard that name in 84 years. The dude died in what? 2020? 1999? I don't know, somewhere around there. I haven't heard that name in 84 years. Bro, I still rock Static X, man. I'm excited about the new album with their new singer. No one knows who their new singer is, but I hear he's really dope, though. You're in Tampa? I haven't heard that name in 84 years. I know, right? Such an offensive comment. Oh, yeah, Wayne Static passed. Like, he OD'd when I was... before I joined the Army. He OD'd... Let's see, I joined in 09. So I want to say it was like maybe 05, 06 when he passed away, if I remember now, if I think about it. Yeah, the dude passed in like 05 or 06. Like, he OD'd. Like, everyone knew it was coming, man. It was still sad that it happened. Oh, it's 2014? Oh, it's way off. Was it 2014? Give it a quick goog. Give it a quick goog. Or did you already Google it? I know, you know, and it tells you how much I pay attention to stuff too, man. Like, especially when, like, you become an adult. Like, don't get me wrong, man. When I was a kid, when I was in middle school and high school, and I got super into a band, I'd do like everybody else would do, man. I'd open up a booklet, you know, buy the CD, open up the booklet, read all the lyrics, you know, try and get all this like super cool trivia about the band members, you know, and all that stuff. Like nowadays, if I couldn't name a song. I couldn't name a song from like half the bands I listen to nowadays. Wage War, great, fantastic band. Love all their discography. Couldn't tell you the name of one song. Couldn't read off a lyric. Couldn't even tell you any of the band members' names. Maybe there's a Brian in there. I don't know. Maybe there's a Steve. Steve on guitar. Jimmy on drums. I have no idea. But back in middle school, shit, you ask me anything about Korn. When Korn first came out, bro, I could tell you so much stupid trivia about Korn. Nowadays, I have no idea. I didn't even know Fieldy was kicked out of the band. Didn't even know. Oh, another message is held for review. Let me see what it says. Ah, there it is. Show it! Oh, another moderator just... Do I have moderators? It said a moderator handled this. Do I have moderators on here? I drove off a UN convoy off the road. Would you be proud? Platoon. First of all, I don't like the term platoon daddy. It sounds kind of gross. Platoon dad? Sure. Platoon daddy sounds kind of sus. It is time. I do got to go back to work. Thank you for... Oh, I should have done this the whole time. Look at that. I hide the glare. Oh, bro. Okay, I do got to go to work. Thank you for tuning in. We'll do this more. All right? We'll do this more often. It'll be fun. Oh, probably a moderator bot. I know you can make your own mods on TikTok. I didn't know if you could do that here on YouTube. Toots. Thanks, Matthew. Toots. He said Toots. Where are you from, Matthew? He said Toots. Where are you from, dude? He said Toots. Tell me where you're from before I go. Oh, okay. Is that what they say in Texas? See you later, bruh. Toots, man. Don't forget to turn memberships on. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do half the stuff that you can do on these apps. Alright, later, Matthew. Toots. Alright, for real, I gotta go. Y'all have a fantastic day, and until next time, Coolio!